There you are. Well, don't just stand there. Come on in. Welcome. Well, welcome to all my friends. I'm so glad you all are here today. Welcome to the nucleus of my sewing room and welcome to my channel, TriBecca Designs. If you're new here, my name is Rebecca and I love to sew, upcycle, design, make, create, all that good stuff, just like many of you who are viewing today. Also, happy Friday. Today is Friday, and this is my episode of Friday Sews. My apologies for, first of all, the nasal condition. If you can hear it, I can. It's driving me crazy. But a little under the weather today, enjoying a nice warm cup of tea. But I still wanted to share my sewing room, which is what I had planned to do last Friday, but the husband was sick last Friday, so I had to divert to making homemade chicken noodle soup. So I'm here today. I wanted to open up my sewing room and share it with you all as best as I can. So without further ado, I'm just going to do a little walkthrough here and share with you guys some of my purchases, where I picked up things, just to give you an idea. You know, if you want to, maybe get in on some of this stuff, a lot of it is still available on Amazon. There will be a link or several links in the description box for a lot of products that are here in my room that I'm going to mention and share with you guys today. I do have to say that if you decide to purchase something through one of my links, I do get a small commission from Amazon, and it really helps support the channel. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for your viewership. Thank you for your lovely comments. You don't know. I'm starting to get addicted to the likes and the comments. I need to check myself on that. But I really appreciate those of you who have been consistently commenting. Much love, darlings. You don't know how much that encourages me to keep going, because it's very difficult for a small content creator like myself. It's hard out here in these YouTube streets, trust me. So I really appreciate you so much. For those of you who may be seeing my channel or video for the first time, would you consider subscribing? I primarily upload sewing and fashion styling relating content, all kinds of sewing projects. Just as one of my wonderful viewers have said to me before, unlimited sewing is kind of what I specialize in. I'm very passionate about garment construction. So let's go ahead and check out the room. Okay, friends, I have some exciting news to share to start out with. Look at homegirl right here. This is one of the newest additions to the sewing room, and I'll give you guys a better view here in just a minute. But as soon as you walk into the room, this lovely lady greets you. And I've only had this for about 2 weeks. She just arrived. I have been wanting a professional dress form for quite some time. Oh, and she has arms. So she has collapsible shoulders as well. There's a way to condense her shoulders so that they're not as broad, but my shoulders are broad, so her shoulders are just fine for me. But it is a full-length professional dress form. I will put a link for the website where I purchased this in the description box as well. This is not an Amazon purchase. But if for those of you who may have seen my video where I talked about Wendy and Lisa, my other dress forms. There's Wendy and there's Lisa. Wendy, Lisa, or Wendy, Lisa. As I said before, I get them confused. I don't remember who's who because they're twins. But I'm so excited to have her with me. This is their new big sister. And I haven't named her yet, so maybe you all can help me think of a name for her. But let me go ahead and pan through the room. Okay, so here's what it looks like when you first enter the room. Big Sis is right here to greet you. And like I say, she is a professional dress form. The base is very heavy. And just to her side, I have my little sewing is my therapy. You guys have probably seen those at Hobby Lobby. It's where I picked that up. Coming on into the room, further down this wall, there is a shelf that I purchased on Wayfair that I have a ton of different items on. Starting at the top, I like these little boxes. You've seen these in different retailers. I have my scraps of interfacing in those, and then I have some of my upholstery fabrics here. I have a couple of my black foam heads with some of my hats that I've made, my sewing books, just a few anyway, and just down here some CRICUT supplies, my Easy Press that I purchased on Amazon for a really good price. This is not the CRICUT Easy Press by name brand, but in function and form, it's the same product for a fraction of the price. Check the link in the description box for this if you're in the market for one of those. Taylor's Hams, purchased on Amazon, link in the description. Sewing books that I've purchased at thrift shops. This is my little mailbox. I keep little different things in there to remind me of stuff I need to look at, paperwork of all kinds. More upholstery fabric, my old iron. This is the mat that is used with the Easy Press. Link for that also in the description box. And down here, I just have a few things like I like to decorate with my spools of serger threads, more fabrics and things I've purchased at thrift shops to make garments out of from the bedding department, threads. These are mainly fabrics right here. I purchased vintage from thrift shops. And then this is where all the magic happens in this corner of the room. I have 3 machines set up on this desk right here. There's Wendy and Lisa in the corners. And so these little pink chairs right here are really great chairs. I purchased those pink swivel chairs on Amazon. I've had these for about 6 years now. So these are really good chairs. They come in various colors. I mean, they have like 20 different colors of these. Link in the description box. They're height adjustable. Check out those chairs. They're very comfortable for sewing. There's my primary machine right now, which is a Husqvarna Viking. I'm going to do one day, I don't know when, but a full tutorial on that because not very many people have that brand and I need to talk about it. I'm sorry I'm a little winded because like I said, I am under the weather today. But I love these shelves here on the wall. Let me, zoom out a little bit. Okay, so right now you're looking at 4 shelves. These were purchased on Amazon. They come in sets of 3. So I have 2 more that I just don't have on the wall. And I think a set of 3 was like $20. These are really nice shelves. I could put a lot more thread on them if I wanted to. I have all of my scissors there. All of these purchased on Amazon. I like gold. So yeah, I'm a little obsessed. This light, this is an extra sewing light that is really needed for me when I'm down here sewing. Purchased on Amazon. I like how adjustable this is, and it has different settings for the different shades of light. You could switch from like yellow to white, all these different ones. So there you have that. This is an L-shaped glass, black tempered glass desk. I personally do not suggest sewing on glass desk. I didn't really think about that when I was purchasing these desks because I started out with a desk that is for office work for my computer, and then I just expanded my office room into my sewing room. And I wanted to keep the theme going, and so I bought a total of 3 of these desks. I have 3 of these desks in this room, and they were all purchased on Wayfair. So over here, I have on this wall, this far wall. Can I zoom? Yeah. I have some more dress forms that I've purchased. The black one came from my days of working as a stylist with a major retailer whenever they would get rid of their dress forms and things like that. They would allow us to purchase them. And that one was displayed in their jewelry department. The one in the middle, I actually picked that one up from a thrift shop for $15. I talked the man out of it. He was using it to display clothes, and I asked him if I could buy it, and he relented. And Wendy and Lisa here came from that same major retailer as the black form. So I've had those girls. Ooh, I've had Wendy and Lisa for probably 20 years. All right, and so let me zoom out a little bit. This is the office side of the room. This chair right here came from Amazon. I love this swivel chair. This is the chair I use right in front of my computer. Link in the description box for that. Go check that out. There's another pink swivel chair that I have back there. There's my CRICUT maker. And let's see. In this corner, I call the Create corner. And I have just a really old bookshelf back here filled with all kinds of things, rolls of fabric, folded fabric, more sewing books, threads. I just try to use the things that I actually create with to decorate the room to inspire me. And then here behind me is a closet, and I purchased these really great over the hanger situations. They hang over the closet door. I have some additional thread yarns up here. I purchased these yarns at thrift shops because these threads are really good for sewing buttons on, especially for heavier things like coats. I like to use these threads rather than traditional sewing thread for sewing my buttons on. So that's why I like to keep those. Now, I must really love you guys to be showing you my junk, okay? Because I'm going to open my closet just because I want to show you some organization here. So on this wall, this is what I wanted to show you guys. This wall is where I have a lot of my extra rulers, especially my design rulers and everything. I just use these little white command hooks to hang things with, like my CRICUT mats and everything is right here. And I really like this idea. I decided to take some of these little what do you call these, command strips that have Velcro on them, and put them on one side of my mat so that I can hang it up in this closet door. Oops. But anyway, let me show you. I just match up the Velcro strips and snap it in place, and there you go. Now I just need to hang my design rulers back up. And so in this closet, I have a lot of my things here. This closet is a really good storage closet. It has these built-in shelves. I have all kinds of bits and bobs, knick-knack, buttons, extra threads, everything stored in this closet. There's a whole nother side I'm not going to bother showing you guys. So I have a lot of stuff crammed in this one little room. This is just like an extra bedroom in our home. I guess it's a standard size bedroom. It's not very big. So it's tight quarters in here, but I love this room. I'm grateful to have it. I consider this my sanctuary and, you know, my own little place where I am blessed to be able to just create until my heart is content. Now this area right here in front of the closet is where I typically keep my ironing board. This is usually like my ironing station. I took it down because, you know, nobody wants to see too much junk. So, but yeah, if anybody was wondering where the major ironing hub is, it's usually right back there. I wanted to make note of the cutting table I showed you guys this one on a previous video that I recently purchased off of Amazon. Check the link in the description box for this one. It's a really good buy. I think out of everything in my room, this is the one that gets me the most excited. Well, in addition to my new dress form, but because it's so high, and it is adjustable. I think I have it at the maximum height, and the light is gonna go in and out on me right now, so I can't worry about that. You probably can't even see me back here fading around in the darkness, but I do want you to see how high this is on my waist. For height reference, I'm 5'4", I'm a shorty. But yeah, I don't have to, bend over or anything like that. This is a great working height. So I do highly recommend this table. It did have a little blemish on it when it arrived, but after I contacted the company, they gave me a smashing discount, and it was one I couldn't resist. But they were willing to send me a replacement part if that would have been my preference. I took the discount. So here's another view of the table. This is the working surface. I am going to have a custom-made glass surface to cover this because I don't really care for how the surface is exposed. I have this beautiful pink cutting mat that is a recent Amazon purchase. Link in the description box. This is a great purchase. It is double-sided. They consider it a self-healing mat. But I can, to be honest, feel some of the little nicks in it from where I've used my rotary cutter. But it has these additional drawers down here that are really, really good for storage. There's one on the opposite side, and then there's a bottom shelf where I have some things stored. I also have this little basket with wheels that I picked up from Marshall's that I love. And this is where I keep my working projects, whatever I'm currently working on goes in there. And I have that underneath this table. This table is very adjustable. You can let one whole side down. There's the little blemish that I was talking about that I need to fix. But yeah, this table is adjustable. Here is where I have these. Now these scissors, you guys, ooh, listen, I highly recommend these. Check the link in the description box for these scissors. They have a really good heavy weight. I love the rubber grip on where you put your fingers and everything. So yeah, and then this wool pressing mat. Now I have been using this right here on top of my table, but I usually scoot it over onto this and use it. And I can honestly say this baby right here puts out a lot of steam. Link in the description box. It is completely cordless. I do recommend this iron. There is one con to this. I would say, I mean, it's completely cordless. The base sits on the ironing board, and I love the fact that I can bring it over here to my work surface and iron. The issue for me is that it turns off rather quickly when you're not using it. A little too quick for me. I mean, that's good if you have little ones rolling around, in and out of your space. But for me, it's just me in here working, and I would prefer it to just stay hot and heated. But it turns off and starts cooling down if you don't use it kind of quickly, in my opinion. That's the only thing about that I really am on the fence about. But I'm not going to return it. I mean, I love it. It has helped me step up my sewing game. But I just wanted to invite you in. Sorry, got a cough. And just kind of give you a little bit more of me. And this is me. This is very personal, intimate to me, to open up my space like this, just to give you guys a little bit of background about me. I am a very reserved person, and social media is hard for me. It's hard for me. For one thing, I kind of am like a perfectionist, and I like for things to be really nice. And I have been struggling through this learning process of producing videos and tutorials and sharing my life socially. I was you know, I was not big on social media before this. And now me just trying to get out there and share my designs and everything, it has had its struggles. And so for me to open up a room in my home that I um, spend a lot of time in and am very blessed to have, it just means that I'm really thankful for you guys, and thank you for allowing me to share this part of my life. And thank you for embracing me here in this community space. Friday Souls, again, is um, the baby of Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room. And thank you again, Miss Jen, for welcoming me into this hashtag that you created. It's a good space to make videos, to know and be known in the sewing community. And I just want to say, even though I'm showing you guys my personal sewing space, I have not always been fortunate enough to have a space of this magnitude. To me, this is a lot. I know to some of you this may not mean anything, but for me, this is a huge ordeal to have a dedicated room in my home to my craft. I started out in my grandmother's basement, in a dirty basement, with just 2 sewing machines in the corner, me and my grandmother. And that's very emotional for me. I usually have her picture hanging right here where the Wi-Fi sign is, but I took it down for this video because I'm not ready to share her face on social media, because like I said, I'm a very reserved person. But and just to see how God has blessed me and elevated me to be able to have accumulated, you know, little things that, and they're just things, but they make me happy and they bring joy to my heart to be able to do. And I think God must be pleased with that, or else He wouldn't bless me. But I just wanted to encourage you. It doesn't matter where you sew or produce your craft. What matters is how you feel in that space and what you produce when you're in that space, and how what you produce makes you feel. So take your time. I've been sewing for several decades, and I'm just now here. And some of you have only been sewing for a year or two, and you're already surpassed, you know, this. So I just want to say, if there's anyone out there who may be feeling overwhelmed with what you are building, to keep going. I just wanted to encourage you as you have encouraged me. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much. And hopefully I will see you next Friday. Peace and blessings.